Tawnee Baird and her family lived in Holiday, Utah, a town on the outskirts of Salt Lake City. Tawnee's parents, Dana and Casey, said they were always supportive of their daughter, and although they had separated when she was 1 year old, they did their very best to create a support system where she could flourish, which is what she did. With her parents' efforts, Tawnee was on her way to a beautiful, bright future. So, what happened? Welcome back for another episode of True Crimes and Mysteries with Ricochet Rains. In this episode, I'll be delving into the murder of Tawnee Baird. Be advised, this episode covers domestic violence. Now let's just get into a little bit more about Tawnee. She was 21 years old. Her name was Tawnee Marie Baird, and she was described as a very friendly and outgoing young woman with many close friends. Her parents described her as the sunshine of their lives. Tawnee had recently enrolled at Salt Lake Community College and was working as an accounting assistant. She loved animals and singing. It was said she was an aspiring musician with dreams of someday living in California. You could have called Tawnee Miss Social Media, posting pictures and uploading them all the time. She had so many friends and was living a life most teenagers would love to live. People gravitated to her like there was something magical about her. When Tawnee was 17 years old in June of 2010, she was out cruising around with a few friends when a police officer pulled them over. The police officer, with suspicions of the teen smoking marijuana, searched the car, finding a bong and marijuana in the vehicle. Since Tawnee was 17 and a minor, she took the blame for her friends who were older. The thought was she would be more likely not to receive a harsh punishment. However, Tawnee was charged with possession of controlled substance and contraband. Tawnee was placed in a juvenile center where she was stripped of all her possessions, including her cell phone. Most of the juveniles in the center were in for hardcore crimes. Her parents were extremely afraid for her, as was Tawnee. This was something Tawnee never saw coming, and she yearned to be home with her family. One day while Tawnee was in a vulnerable state, she met Victoria Mendoza, a hard-ass with a troubled background. She seemed nice enough and took Tawnee under her wing, showing her the ropes of the center, as she had been in there several times for truancy, antisocial behavior, and fighting. Victoria, as you can probably already imagine, had a difficult time growing up. She had also experienced her father committing suicide when she was only 10 years old. At that time, she ran away from home and was eventually found and placed in the juvenile center. While in the juvenile center, Victoria and Tawnee bonded over their love for music. Victoria could write lyrics, and Tawnee had a voice of an angel. The two began creating the music that they both loved. 1 month into their friendship, Victoria received devastating news that her mother discovered she had cancer. Tawnee consoled Victoria, being there for her. From there, their relationship blossomed into much more than friends. During a visit from Tawnee's mom, Dana, she was introduced to Victoria, and Tawnee told her mom she was gay, and they were in a relationship. Being the loving, supporting parent she was, Dana accepted their relationship. Tawnee was released from the juvenile center in August of 2010 and was extremely excited to tell her friends about her new relationship with Victoria. In September of 2010, Victoria was released from the center, and waiting for her was Tawnee and her father Casey. Casey was surprised when she met Victoria, thinking she and Tawnee were complete opposites. But, just as Tawnee's mother did, Casey accepted Victoria as Tawnee's girlfriend. After her release from the center, Tawnee's mother Dana allowed Victoria to move in with her family. Tawnee introduced her friends to Victoria, and some thought she was a bit rough around the edges, but thought they were a cute couple and in sync together. It didn't take long for Tawnee's friends to accept Victoria into their circle. Eventually, Tawnee would receive text messages about her and Victoria. Her friends were excited about their relationship and made comments about how cute they looked together. Victoria, though, became very jealous and would ask Tawnee about the texts she was receiving from her guy friends. She became very protective, and she became resentful of Tawnee having friendships with other people, not only women, but men. Just as Tawnee introduced her to her friends, Victoria introduced her to her friends in Ogden, Utah. As the expression goes, and this is the first time I've ever heard this, nothing good happens in Ogden. While out in Ogden, Tawnee was approached by men, and Victoria would become extremely protective, making it clear that Tawnee was her girlfriend and they should back off. After Tawnee received a text from one of her guy friends, which was extremely innocent, Victoria got highly upset and thought Tawnee was sleeping with the guy that texted her. You could just imagine what happened next. Victoria left the house in a rage of jealousy, and after sleeping with one of Tawnee's friends, Victoria sent her a text message telling Tawnee about she and her friend's sexual encounter. This was, in Victoria's mind, a way to get Tawnee jealous. After receiving Victoria's text, Tawnee was heartbroken and declared on social media that she was now single. Victoria saw the status, and immediately afterwards, she posted a video for all to see, including Tawnee.
Okay, so I'm really confused on where to start right now, and I have a lot of things on my mind that I want to say, but I keep going blank because I know that I'm recording myself, and I know that I'm doing, I know that I'm on video and stuff, but I'm going to just start from where I feel like I need to start and end where I need to end. First I want to say is I'm sorry for hurting you and cheating on you with your best friend. And your best friend is a slut, and I don't like her. She's gross, and I can give a fuck less. Alright? So, this video is like an apology to you. And the girl I'm talking about is Tawnee, and I'm trying to get her back to be with me so I can keep her again and for her to give me another chance, because I'm in love with her and I love her and I want her back, and I'll do anything I have to do to show her that I can be a better girlfriend. Okay, well, we met in Artec, and I liked you, and I wanted to get to know you and stuff, and one of the letters you wrote me in Artec I read all the time because it meant a lot to me, and it's probably like one of my favorite letters I have from you or whatever, but it says, Victor at the top, and it says, I can't stop thinking about you. I can't stop thinking about you either. I miss you so much. I wish so much that you were getting out earlier for real. I miss you so much now. I don't know how I'm going to be when I can't see you for that long. I like you so much, really. I am usually different when I like someone a lot. I don't want to be with them all the time, and I don't always miss them as much as I miss you. It's different. I'm so happy that I met you, for real. I talked to my aunt, and she said, right when you get out, we can hang out, because I told her you don't do drugs and you want to do good when you get out. Whenever I see you, I just want to jump on you. You make me so happy. I'm not afraid to tell people I like you. It doesn't weird me out at all. My family and some knows already, because I always talk about you, so I always think about you. I already really trust you, and I care about you a lot. When they're being assholes to you in Nartec, it fucking makes me pissed. I always say something, man. And I'm gonna wait for you, Kay. So don't think I'm gonna be out here fucking a bunch of people. No way. You're the only one I want, and I promise I'm being serious about everything I say, Kay. Really, I want to be your girlfriend too, and I won't ever hurt you, Kay. I can't wait to see you though, and when we can hang out and not here to worry about what we have to say and what we do and write letters anymore, haha. So I have a confession. When you told me to throw away those notes, I only threw one little picture thing, but I kept all the notes you wrote me. Every morning when I wake up and get ready for everyone else, I really don't care what they think and don't listen to what they talk shit, Kate, because they don't know shit about me, saying I don't miss you and stuff. They're just jealous. So many songs remind me of you. It makes me sad. I just want to kidnap you and bring you here. But first we go to your mom so I can meet her and Cindy. And I want you to do good so that you can get out of here and be free and be happy. And I won't get in trouble because I want to be able to see my hoe. I don't even want to be completely discharged at all. I'm going to miss you so much. We're going to be turning heads, baby. I don't want you to think I'll forget about you, because there's no way I'm going to forget about you. I'll be waiting for you, and don't forget me. Just look at my picture if you start forgetting. I promise on my mom that I'll be waiting for you, that I won't be fucking anyone, and that you will be mine, Kate. I miss you more than anything, and I always think about you. You're in every dream I have. Love, Turtle. I'm going to cry when I leave you. It's sad. See, I like when you wrote me that note, and if you think about it, you really meant that. And just look at all the feelings and everything we've been through when we first met each other in our program, and then when we got out, besides the bullshit that I did, and all the little notes that you wrote me, and all this shit that you got me, and all that shit means a lot to me, and I don't want to lose you at all. I really, really, really do love you, and I'm really sorry for everything I did, and I'm just wanting to have you back in my arms again and treat you better than I ever treated any other girl before. And sure, in the hell, don't give a fuck what anyone says about this video. You guys can fuck off and go suck a dick, because I want to be with somebody, and I'm going to do everything in my power to get her back, instead of letting her walk free and letting her go to somebody else. That's not what I want. I want her with me, so I'm going to do whatever I have to do in my power. But until then, I'm not single. I'm waiting for somebody, actually. Look. See, you made me this letter, and you made me this one. See, look. All of our pictures, because we love each other. And you didn't make that for nothing. Just because you were bored, you made it for a reason. And I want you back a lot, and I miss you a lot. And I just want to ask you if you'll be my girlfriend again. And I love you so much. And you tell me you love me more than the stars times 93. Well, I love you more than the planets and the stars. Around the world, around Mars, around Pluto, back to Mars, back to the Earth, back to the moon, times 195. I love you. So if you'll please be my girlfriend, I'll be really happy. Okay?
Tawnee found the video to be romantic and realized she wanted to continue their relationship. In June of 2012, Victoria's mother passed away from the cancer she was struggling with. She was welcomed in Tawnee's family home, where she was asked to stay permanently. Eventually, the couple started fighting again over insecurities that Victoria had. The jealousy grew and their relationship was becoming toxic. Finally, the two of them found employment. Victoria was going to be a security guard, and Tawnee had already found a job as an accounting assistant while attending college. All seemed like it might be going in the right direction until Tawnee received a text from one of her guy friends, and Victoria became upset and struck Tawnee in the face. Tawnee lost a tooth and her lip was bloodied. Tawnee talked to her best friend and said she thought Victoria would eventually kill her. Tawnee was extremely afraid of Victoria. The volatility of their relationship was becoming increasingly dangerous. Tawnee's mom wanted to call the police, but Tawnee didn't want to report it. Victoria made up a story about what happened, being jumped by some women, which was a lie. The police, unfortunately, were not contacted. Their relationship continued as if nothing happened. Social media photos did not show the reality of their relationship, which was volatile and violent. The social media images and context was merely a facade. On October 17, 2014, after a night out with Tawnee's friends, Victoria became jealous again, seeing that the friends were merely having fun. Victoria told Tawnee they needed to leave since she was starting her new job as a security guard the following morning. Victoria and Tawnee left, taking Lacy Black, her best friend, home. Tawnee dropped off Lacy. They said their normal goodbyes and continued to drive home. While driving home, Tawnee and Victoria got into an argument, which became physical. During the physical altercation, Victoria stabbed Tawnee multiple times, killing her. After the incident, Victoria contacted friends advising she had murdered Tawnee.
V, where's Tawnee?
She's dead. Yes, I actually killed someone. She was searching me to look out. You understand? I went crazy, like I didn't mean to do it, you know? And then I realized that's really shows what. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so scared. You have no idea how scared I am.
One of the friends contacted 911. Police arrived at the vehicle, which was parked in a church parking lot. Tawnee had been stabbed violently 46 times and died of her wounds. Victoria was taken to the police department where she was questioned and admitted she had stabbed Tawnee. Victoria was arrested and taken to jail. She pled guilty and was sentenced to 16 years in prison and will be released somewhere around 2032. So in conclusion, a beautiful life was taken for no reason at all due to jealousy and violence. I want to thank you for watching another episode of True Crimes and Mysteries with Ricochet Reigns. If you or anyone you know is experiencing domestic violence, please don't hesitate to get help. Reach out to family, friends, outreach groups, or even contact the police. One life lost is one too many.